Okay, so this is the review exam for Math 111, Exam 1, September 2015. And I'm going to go over question 1 in this section. So, we're going to attack 3, 9 and -1, -7 graphically and algebraically. So, the first step is clicking on 3, 9 and -1, -7. Close enough. And then the next step is to make the corner point. I'll make it bright red. We're going to take the x of -1 and the y of 9 and put it over here. That's close enough. And then I'm going to draw. We're going to go from 3, 9, so over here, and down here. So, what is that? We go 1, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is -4 is going to be that part, that leg of the right triangle. And then we're going to go down once again 1 to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's going to be -16. So now we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. So that will be A, and this will be B, and this, the Pythagorean theorem tells us that A squared plus B squared equals C squared. C is the distance. So that gives us -4 squared plus -16 squared equals C squared, which is 16 plus 256 equals C squared. 272 equals C squared. And so we square root both sides, and that's our answer. The square root, and the pen decides to die at this point, the square root of 272 is equal to C. And that's okay. Graphically. Algebraically, we use the distance formula. That is, okay, we take the square root, which in this thing is going to be the 1/2 power, I believe, of, well, yeah, so I wonder, does that work? SQRT of 4 equals 2. Oh, we can do square root. Square root of y2. That's -7 minus y1, 9. Let's put the correct parentheses here. Squared. And then we'll do x2, which is -1 minus 3 squared. Now, and see, I parenthesized everything. You have to be very careful how you parenthesize everything. And that's going to give me this, which is actually, if I said the square root of 272, let's make that, press space there, SQRT of 272, what I got before, I get exactly the same number. So that is checks. It all checks out. Now I gotta do the slope. Okay, so let's attack the slope. I can use the same graph to attack this slope graphically. So what I'm going to do is say negative 16 here is delta y, and negative 4 is delta x, because 4 is how much? So the slope is delta y over delta x, which is equal to negative 16 over negative 4, which is equal to minus 4. So that's how I do it graphically. Algebraically, okay, I get this stuff a little bit higher, get out of the way. To get the slope algebraically, I take y2, which is negative 7 minus y1, 9. Very important to pick the y's and pick them in the same order as the x's. So the x, we start with the negative 1, x2 minus x1, which is 3. And that's going to give me also 4. So, to check again. Now, the formula for the line between the 2 points. Now, I know, oh, it's not negative 4, that is positive 4. So I got that. So one thing is it didn't check, because I see that's positive 4, and that's because I did my algebra wrong. So I have to erase the negative sign over here. Come on, give me the eraser. 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 Stroke eraser. Oh, that was overkill. And get back to line. Equals 4. Good. Now, I've checked. So that's important. It's important to check. Negative over negative is positive. Now, the final thing is the line. Now, I know the slope is 4. So, what I want to do is drop down a bunch of points. And these points will start over with this guy. And try to convince it to actually let me drop points here. Okay, so here are, come on, be good. There, I got this nice blue dot. So I'm going to go over 1 from negative 1, negative 7, up 4. And that'll give me 0, 3. Negative 3, that's. And that is my y-intercept. Let me go make sure to check. One of the checks on my work is to make sure it'll lead me back to the other point. So I'll go up over 1, up 4 again. It won't take me too long. Over 1, up 4 to 5. And if I go over 1, up 4, that leads me right to the other point. So these points line up and make a nice little line. And I can draw that line. Actually, let's use a pen. With that many points, even on the stylus, I can draw the line. And the y-intercept is equal to minus 3. So, since the slope is 4 and the intercept 3, I got my formula. Y equals 4, and I just, oops, stop that. Y equals 4x minus 3. So that's how we do this guy. Now, last point, formula for the line algebraically. So we start over. Okay, we use one of these points, and I'm going to pick 3, 9. Of course, it's always easier to work with positive numbers. Okay, so we'll go back down here, and know the slope is 4 from part B, so all I have to do is figure out that 9y equals slope, that's 4, times x, that's 3, plus intercept. And let's go back. Oops. Sorry about that. And so we're going to subtract 12 from both sides, since I think all of you know that 4 times 3 is 12. And that's going to give us 9 minus 12 is negative 3, so negative 3 equals the intercept. So my formula becomes y equals 4x minus 3. And that is the answer to review exam question 1.